Okay, so I did just spend like 2 hours yapping away at a very fast-paced speed about vinyl records for the past 2 hours. And my voice is feeling it. But I'm going to try to commit to at least like an hour and a half here. If not more, but we're going to see. My voice is feeling a little raw. Not going to lie. I speak way too fast. And if I didn't speak fast, that 2-hour video was going to be like 2.5 or 3 hours, I feel like. So maybe not the wisest thing that I'm reading more right after reading or speaking for so long. Nothing but talking. If only I didn't have to talk when I streamed. Someday I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna do at least a full year of just silent streaming. Just nothing. No commentary. I'll be one of those YouTube people that's just like gameplay, no commentary. I'm sure some people would enjoy that. But yeah, I'll try to commit to at least like an hour and a half here. What happened in the last stream of this the other day? I didn't prep for this. Let's see. We talked more with, maybe if I load it up, I'm going to remember exactly where we did. I think we left, before I click this, I think we left right before another feast happened. Pretty much. I know the last major choice was voting between killing off, I don't know. The last major choice was choosing between 516. Yeah. Did Kaori go crazy? See, the part that I'm trying to always remember is, I remember the Kaori going crazy thing, but did that happen in a bad timeline that we ended up retracing back through, or did that stick here? Okay. No, Kaori is here. I recall. Yes. So because what we would have seen, obviously we wouldn't have seen Kaori because she got tied up. Yes, in this one. So this is then, so in the bad path, what we saw last stream of this was Kaori, I think, going nuts and all, going on. And then the old fart was a human. So this is him. Okay, so yeah, the last person we chose to hang was Konzo, who is the old fart described here. So he's saying I am the, if we remember Yoshisugu here is the crow, and so he's able to tell the person that we choose to hang is able to tell who gets hung if they are human or wolf. And yeah, they chose. Didn't Konzo kind of like, he chose to fall on the blade? I know I'm doing a bad job of recapping here, but he kind of was like, hey, you know what? Pick me. It's fine. I'm ready to die. Kind of thing. I shouldn't be laughing. The other thing is, and the growing part of this whole experience has been that Hashimoto has become more and more with each passing night antagonistic towards, like, he is on the doorstep of finding out Haruaki's situation. Again, going back many streams now, Haruaki being a wolf. So I would assume either here or soon. I would assume here or very close to here, Hashimoto is gonna be able to call out. Like, if we don't get Hashimoto first, if we don't strike first at Hashimoto, Haruaki might be in trouble. I did a bad job at recapping, but you know what I'm trying to say. Before I get reading, let me see, what is this? What is this notification? Okay. All right, no more distractions. Reading time. Yoshisuke says, the old fart was a human. Oh yeah. Oh, it's doing the game is doing a good job of recapping. I remember. Yes. Okay, so that was the choice. So the reason Kaori didn't go crazy is because in the line where she goes crazy in the timeline, we choose one of her sons to kill, and then she goes and tries to murder the other one during the day. She breaks the rules and all that. But here, it's fine because we attempted to go kill, I think Yasunaga. But we went to go jostle the doorknob and it was locked. And they're like, why, what the fuck? And like, we've learned through the magic that like, you can only attempt to open one person's door, like magically unlock a door once every night as the wolves. We tried to open it and it wasn't unlocking, and they were like, it must have been the spider. The spider protected and called it correctly, which is interesting. So that means then, because of that, Kaori doesn't lose her fucking mind, timeline-wise, because none of her sons have died, even though she was saying being the one that wanted to murder her sons. Oh, we also had more discussions with the god being thing that is Haru. So that was more of that, if you find that at all interesting. And that sounds like I'm being really dismissive of it. I'm not trying to be. It is what it is. Plot-wise, the Haru god being thing, weird creature being person. I'll be honest, I find the dynamic between that god / Haru and Haruaki less interesting than even though I knocked on it many times and gave it its shit. I find Haruaki's relationship with Chiemi and Uematsu, Rikako. I almost said Risako. That's why I changed. Rikako. I find his dynamic with those two more interesting than the one with Haru / God thing. But that's a personal taste thing, I guess. I don't know. We return. And the spider did a good job, so no one died last night. That all fine with you all? The next feast of the Yomi Purge began with Yoshisuke-kun saying those words. Since they didn't, I'm gonna adjust the mic just slightly. Whoop! Mic noise. Since they couldn't let themselves relax, we all gathered in the hall early in the morning. Everyone was still on edge. Okay, so yeah, that's why it came so quickly, because the meeting did, because they're just all apparently on edge. I knew it! Taison's sentiments were shared by everyone present. Of course, everyone already knew that no one had died last night. Even so, no one was resting on their laurels. They were all hard at work thinking about what would happen next and what they'd do about it. At this point, no one was stupid enough to suggest that the wolves were just being merciful. Kanzo Makishima-san left voluntarily, so we have to try and take it positively. We can consider whether it was good or bad after this is over. Can't turn back now. Are you okay, Haru-chan? I am. Despite her words, she didn't actually seem fine yet. It didn't feel unnatural, though. I could only assume that turning to evil freed her of any misconceptions about how she had to behave. She was now free to present herself however she wished. I didn't know if it'd be good for us in the long run, but I didn't mind. Evil could look even at defeat with a positive spin. Consider my looping. Though it wasn't something I could rely on all the time, coming back after every defeat was one of the good things about evil. That promise was an unexpected boon for my own sanity, too.
久石さん。
Fusashi-san.
ね、はるちゃんは人だった。
Haru-chan is human.
よかった。
What a relief.
おじいちゃんも私も人だった。
Both Oji-chan and I were human.
あ、そうだね。
Yeah.
人なのにあんたらはくくった。
He was human, but you'd hang him.
まだ納得はできないよ。
Yeah, still haven't come to terms with it.
とにかく。
Anyway, Yasunaga-kun forcefully moved the conversation along.
これで狼じゃないと確定したのは僕とはるちゃん、モッチーに橋本さん、それに久石さんと吉次の6人。
Now, we have 6 confirmed non-wolves. Haru-chan, Mochi, Hashimoto-san, Fusaishi-san, Yoshisugu, and I.
さらに僕はメイコが無ジナだという意見に賛同する。これで人は7人、残りが5人だ。
I also agree that Meiko is the badger. With that, we have 7, leaving just 5.
どうしておじいちゃんが言った狼がわざと目立つ言動をさせてるって可能性は？
Why? What if Oji-chan was right and the wolves are actually just making her say things to distract us?
4つ5つの女の子にいろいろ喋らせるのは余計なことを言ってボロを出させるリスクの方が大きい。
Trying to get a girl no older than 5 to say what they want seems far too risky. She could easily reveal too much.
それと安水の住人ではなく幼い彼女をくくることは必要ならともかく積極的にすることじゃない。
Also, she's an outsider and a little girl. Unless it's absolutely necessary, hanging her is something we shouldn't do.
肝臓さんをくくったことだって完全には受け入れられない人がいる。彼女ならなおさらだろう。
We have people who still can't accept that we hanged Kanzo-san. It'd be even worse with her.
本当にそうなのかな？
Really? Apparently, Haru-chan decided to play subtle opposition to Yasunaga-kun. Without her there to annoy him, he would feel less confident in his course of action. Also, by presenting herself as a victim who lost her grandfather, she would never be suspected by the others. Basically, she was doing a good job.
詭弁のような気もするが、まあ、子供が怪しいかと言われれば微妙かもしれん。
Sounds like sophistry to me, but I admit I question the guilt of this child.
候補から外す必要はないが、単に票を投じなければいいだけの話ではないかね。
Perhaps instead of removing her from the list of candidates, let the people decide whether they want to vote for her.
そうですね。
Fine by me.
まだ私たちに発言権はあるかしら？
Do we still have the right to speak?
無論です。何でしょう？
Of course. What is it?
残り5人なのよね。
There's only 5 left, right?
ええ。
Yes.
じゃあ、雲が名乗り出ればゲームクリアになるかもしれないわね。
Wait, let me see what she's saying here. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me see. So there's only 5 left. So she's saying, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Odds-wise, I'm not a math expert here. I'm sure you could work it out. But like, they can't, at least according to the stories, right? Now that's kind of fucked up because they think that some of the wolves are confirmed humans, so it kind of throws off the numbers even crazily. But if they thought everything was on the up and up, like, how likely is it that out of everyone that's been researched and everything and what they've guaranteed, like, they haven't been able to nail 3 wolves and they're down to like just 5 people total, you know? Like the chances of that are so slim. But whatever. Then perhaps the game would be over if the spider revealed themselves. Yeah, that was something to be wary of. Progressing based on such optimistic ideas would actually make it difficult for us.
もし雲が残る5人のうち誰かを守ったとすれば、雲もその人も確実に人だった証明ができる。
If the spider protects someone among the 5, they can vouch for that person is human too.
狼は狼を襲わないから。
Wolves don't attack wolves after all.
その過程は正しいんですが、
それを期待するのはちょっと楽観的じゃないかと。
You're not wrong, but that sounds a bit optimistic.
まああくまで家庭だから。
Well, it's just a thought.
楽観的？どういうことかよくわからん。なんでそうなるのだ、やっすん。
Optimistic? I don't think I get it. Explain it to me, Yasun.
狼にとって残りの未確定者から血祭りの対象を選ぶメリットがあんまりないからだよ。
Because it's not worth it for the wolves to target one of the 5 that aren't confirmed humans yet. Because it's not worth it for the wolves to target one of the 5 that aren't confirmed humans yet.
未確定者が死んで減れば、
Oh, I see, yeah.
狼は絞り込まれる。彼らとしては確定者から殺していくべき。
By killing them, they would reduce the amount of potential wolves. That should start with those who are confirmed.
特にヘビと猿とカラスが名乗り出てる状況で彼らを狙わない理由がないから。
With the snake, monkeys, and the crow revealed, they have no reason not to go for them. Exactly. After all, the spider protected Yasunagi-kun, a confirmed human. Even so, I didn't want the spider to out themselves and leave only 4 candidates. It increased the odds of the humans realizing there were imposters among them.
僕は狼がクモを嫌がったからクモを殺そうとして正体不明の中から狙ったのかと思った。
I thought they go for the unconfirmed humans because they want to get rid of the spider.
その場合だってわざわざ未確定者から狙わなくてもいいんだ。僕やハルちゃんだってクモかもしれないんだから。
Even then, there's no point in going for the unconfirmed. Even I and Haru-chan could be the spider after all.
まあそういうわけで多分これで一発クリアってことにはならないわよ。
There you have it. It probably wouldn't lead to an immediate victory.
ただもし万一クモが名乗り出て残り3人まで絞り込める状況なら。
But if it actually is a situation where the spider revealing themselves reduces the unconfirmed humans to just 3,
クモには名乗り出てほしい。
I would like him or her to do it.
しかしその場合、実際に狼を特定しても全員処刑するために3日間かかるわけだよね。
But even then, you would need 3 days to execute all the wolves, right?
そうです。
Right.
クモはまず間違いなく殺されるよね。
So the spider would die for sure, right?
そうでしょうね。
Most likely.
それで名乗り出てもらうか。もし Q ちゃんなら絶対に名乗り出られないだろうな。
It's hard to expect them to out themselves in this situation. I'm sure Kyu-chan, for one, would never do it.
そうですね。私がクモなら名乗り出ないでしょうね。
Yes, if I were the spider, I would keep it a secret. No one played their cards.
皆さんは無実でも時に処刑されるかもしれないということをすでに了承してるってことですよね。
You people all understand that someone can get executed even if they're innocent, I assume. The silence said it all. Of course they did. Kanto-san had died just yesterday, after all. The peer pressure was too strong, after all.
まあ死ぬことが覚悟の上なら名乗り出てくれさえすれば多数派を作ることはできるんだけど。
Well, if the spider's prepared to die and reveals themselves, we could create a majority.
そうですね。票を合わせれば投票で確実に勝てることになります。
That's true. Our combined votes would lead to certain victory. Right now, it was 6 versus 6. Didn't feel right to consider Meiko as confirmed, so right now the sides were tied.
それに残る4人のうち3人に絞り込めるわけですよ。
Also, the remaining 4 can be reduced to 3, correct?
4人のうち狼でない方には自分の他が狼だと確実にわかる。
The wolves among the 4 know who the other wolves are. so we would know for sure who they are.
その方の反応からまた何かが見えるような気もいたします。
We would have to watch their reactions and remain observant for other signs.
じゃあとっとと雲のやつは名乗り出ればいいじゃねえかよ。
Then come out already, Spider. Silence.
腰の怪我。
Dumbass. Spider didn't reveal themselves. Perhaps my assumptions are wrong and the spider was Mamiya-san, who was just being careful not to get hanged. The spider was weary of potential wolves among the humans, and they were absolutely right about that. In the best case scenario, we would win the day after tomorrow. If the wolves in Mako were alive for when there were 8 people left, the wolves could reveal themselves and take in the badger as another vote. However, since we would lose Kaori-san after she killed the Uribe brothers, the best case scenario was probably impossible. I would have to focus on trying to hide the fact that there were humans among the wolves. It'd all be over for us if they somehow determined the 3 final suspects today, hanged one of them, and the crow declared them as human tomorrow. It'd all be over for us if they somehow determined the 3 final suspects today, hanged one of them, and the crow declared them as human tomorrow. Right. They would immediately realize that the snake was lying. Thus, we need a situation where it took longer for the rest to be confirmed. The spider acting cautiously worked in our favor. Of course, the spider themselves remained a major threat to us, but still, we now had no choice but to use our nighttime kills to prevent a fixed majority. Identifying the spider and leading people to be executed required a subtle hand during the feast.
これ以上の絞り込みはできないようなので、未確定の5人からくくる人を1人選ぶことにしたい。
It doesn't look like we can lower the number even further, so we'll have to hang one of the remaining 5.
子供も入れてもらえんかね。口うるさいようだが、こっちとしては命がかかっておるのだよ。
Count the child! I know it might sound annoying, but our lives are on the line here.
そうでした。立つのは6人です。
Right. It's 6, not 5. Stand up.
メイコ、立って。
Mako, stand. Don't tell me what to do! She still stood up. What a good girl. She was followed by Kyunosuke-shi, Akako-san, Kaori-san, Tei-san, and Mamiya-san.
上座から順に2つのことに答えていただき
Oh
たい
shit,
と思ってい
we're
ま
gonna
す。
get growing. It's like we're inside of the odd one out imaginary box, and we're trying to be told if we're the mole or not, or figured out if we're the mole or not. Starting from this side, I would like you to tell us 2 things.
自分に投票すべきでない理由。そして
Oh, this is interesting.
自分以外の誰が人だと思うか。
Why we shouldn't vote for you, and who, other than yourself, do you believe is a human? Clever.
タイバー、お願い。
Taiba, please start.
私は人よ。それしかわからん。
I'm human, that's all I know.
じゃがね、見てみなさいね。年寄りばかりが死んでおる。
But look at this. Only the elders are dying.
若い子らが汚れを呼び込んだんじゃないんかね。
Doesn't that mean that the young'uns brought this corruption upon us? It's the fucking youth.
なんだと？
What? It definitely wasn't only the elders, but it did look like the spaces around her were kinda empty. That must have been especially hard to her, who'd lost both Kanzo-san and Takumi-san.
残念だったなババア。そっちに残ってんのはてめえの好きな長者様とうちのババア。中年ばっかだぜ。
Ha! Big shame, huh? All that's left on your side of the village heads you love so much in my old hag. All middle-aged.
若い方から見て記者の女とガキがてめえの言うように読み人だってなら数が足りねえな。
If you're saying that the journal woman and the brat are Yomobito, you ain't got the numbers for it.
あんただって自分でカラスじゃって言うとるだけでしょうがね。
What about you? You just said you're the crow, like that's enough.
なんだぞクソババア。
The hell did you just say?
義継、やめて。私も今くくられるかどうかの瀬戸際なんだから。
Yoshisuku, please stop. I'm in danger of being hanged too.
言うたら座ってもええんかね。座った方が腰が楽じゃ。
Can I sit now? Standing's hard on my bones.
もう少し立っていてください。
Please stand a bit longer.
ヤス君、あんたもろく
Damn.
でもない子になり下がったね。
Yasu-kun, what a bad child you've become.
すみません。混乱を避けたいので。
Force the old lady to stand.
次。
I'm sorry. I don't want any further chaos. Next. Tai-san must have felt pretty cornered. She didn't have to hold such a grudge.
私は狼ではありません。二人の息子に誓ってそう申し上げます。
I'm not a wolf. I swear it upon my 2 sons. That is a crazy thing to say from her. She's willing to swear on her 2 sons that she says she cares about so much. She's a dirty, dirty liar on her 2 sons. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking nuts by her.
他にはないですか？
Do you have anything else? Do you have anything else? Come on, we need you to blame someone. We need to, you gotta throw out someone's name too. You can't just be like, oh.
私は室匠さんのことを悪からず思っておりました。
I had a decent opinion of Takumi Mura-san. Taking that angle, huh?
息子たちとも一度再婚については
This is a crazy play by Kaori. I even talked about remarrying to my sons.
マジでか、ヤッスン。
Seriously? Yasun?
ああ、僕は母さんに任せるって言ったよ。
Yes. I said it was up to her.
向こうがこぶつきのババアなんざ本気で嫁に欲しいわけねえだろって言った。
I said that we wouldn't want a hag with brats for a wife.
そりゃこの草みてえな場所で匠によりマシな野郎はいねえけどな。親父になるってのも変な感じだし。
Well, Takumi was the best guy left in this shitty place, but I feel weird having him for a dad. From the way he put it, it was safe to say he approved of the man.
言ってくださればいくらでもお受けしましたのに、私から言うのはさすがに厚かましいでしょう。
I would have easily accepted if he asked, but thought that approaching him myself would have seemed overbearing.
それがこんなことになるなんて。
I never expected things to turn out this way.
私が狼なら匠さんを最初に殺したりはしないでしょう。
If I were a wolf, I certainly wouldn't kill him first. Okay, so she's not taking the, hey, who do you think is whatever that he asked for earlier, right? Let me just make sure that I didn't read it wrong. He did say, hey, stand up, say why you're not a wolf, and say who you do think is a wolf, right? Before we talk to Tai, he was like, why we shouldn't vote for you and who other than yourself do you believe is a human. Oh, I see. Okay, that's even different. More different. Okay, I thought I did misread it when I first read it. I thought it was saying accuse someone else of being a wolf, but it says who do you believe is a human. But that, why? She's talking about fucking Takumi. So she's going from the angle of like, hey, if I was a wolf, Takumi wouldn't be dead because I loved him so much. But that's not what we're asking. But she's trying. I got to applaud it.
以上です。
Oh, here she goes. Now she's saying someone
あ
else.
と他に人だと思うのは冷静に人のための意見を出し続けている間宮久子さんです。
That is all. And the person I believe is human is Hisako Mamiya-san. She's remained level-headed and has been providing our side with good advice. Now, I do find this very interesting. I think gamesmanship-wise, I think this is to try to get one of the wolves to vouch for another wolf as a human. Because what you do is if you find out and kill a wolf and they said they trust someone else as a human, then they're going to go for that person probably. The line of thought logic is probably like, I'm going to go for that person next. So let's just, as an example, Kaori here said, I trust Haruaki as a human. And then Kaori gets chosen to be hung, and then they find out through the crow powers that she is a wolf. then they're in danger, because then they're going to point immediately to Haruaki and be like, well, she just vouched for you last round and she's bad. So you probably, as a wolf, don't want to point to you'd probably want to point to someone that is a human. It protects you as a trio more. So this is smart by her, by picking Mamiya. And if people didn't mind, Haruaki probably should pick Mamiya as well and say, hey, I think she's human as well. Thank you very much. But there is, now that I'm thinking about it, there is like almost like a reverse psychology type aspect to this. Because if all three wolves play that way and don't pick another wolf to hang their like supposed human bet on, then you can maybe use that information against them and be like, all right, so 5 people just picked. But see, that would have worked really well, and you could do that if the 3 wolves were in this group of 5, but that's not the case. Only Kaori is. That they've fucked up this chance to do that because Haruaki isn't in this group of 5, now that I think about it. Because they think he's the snake. And he he deceptively chose Haru, the other wolf, saying that she's a human. So she's also not in this group of 5. So it's really fucked at this point. This is not going to work as far as I can see. It would work if for sure the 3 wolves were in this group of 5. It would work a lot better. Whatever. In the end, you're just an outsider too. Kari-san was basically implying that Tai-san, Kinosuke-shi, and Rikako-san, the village heads aligned, were the wolves. It was an emotional argument, but with the additional layer of logic she'd added, her idea showed merit. Man, that woman sure was something. This is the same person who'd applauded when I killed Takumi-san. I see what's going on. Okay, Nosato-san, you're next. A reason why I should stay alive, right? I understand that you consider me to be the most unnecessary person here. However, I don't see any other good reason to hang me. Have I ever troubled you? Well, he was relatively laid back this time. He should have been more conscious of the ire his words had drawn for him. There's one thing I want to say, though. It's about that Madame Oribe said 2 days ago. It's about what Madame Oribe said 2 days ago. What is it? Have you forgotten? When Chiemi Serizawa died, you made the baseless claim that she was a wolf. Then, you used it as justification to suspect Rikako Uematsu-san, who had merely proposed the reason for her suicide. You crafted a negative interpretation of a harmless suggestion and then directed votes against someone in a difficult position. Seems like the actions of a wolf to me. Don't you believe the village heads are crucial to surviving this situation? Damn, it's coming at us hard. I was simply suspicious. Even if it seems unreasonable to you, since I am not a wolf myself, I see your assumption as mistaken. That is all from me. Oh. I don't know why I just immediately went to... That is all from me. And before I forget, I believe the human is Rikako-san. Because of course he does. He loves Rikako. Thank you very much. Wow. He was actually completely right. How would they react to that?
ありがとうございます。
Thank
で
you.
は次へ。
Thank you. Next.
最初に申し上げたいことが。
There is something I must say first.
何でしょう。
Yes?
私はまだ27歳です。
I am still 27. Oh. This was her reply to the idea of being middle-aged. Okay. As everyone realized that, some cleared their throats awkwardly, while others stifled some chuckles. She's 27, she's ancient. The tense air dissipated a bit, but she looked as serious as ever. If this was intentional humor, I'd say she had some talent. And 27? She was still in her prime. Oh, don't say it like that. From what Chiemi had said, I'd assumed she was almost 40 or something. God damn it, Haruaki. What a shame that I'd have to kill her. Ahem.
私は長者として富士吉村の決して清廉ではない歩みを
As one of the village...
聞き知っておりますので
She's such a slow talker. As one of the village heads, I'm fully aware of Fujiyoshi's misdeeds, and its very dark past.
そのことから私を宴の主と至る長者の一味などとお思いになっても仕方ないのは承知しています。
I understand that you would consider me to be one of the conspirators behind the feast.
ただ私は雲として果たすべきことをし続けることしかできません。
However, I must continue, fulfilling my role as a spider.
それはあなたが雲の加護者だという意味ではありませんか。
Are you saying that you are the spider? As in, the one who received the power of the spider? Interesting how she didn't bring that up like a few minutes ago when they wanted the spider to reveal themselves, but... Is she now... I mean, I don't have reason to not believe her, but is she now that she's pressed and she's being like interviewed or interrogated, she feels like, hey, this is the way to maybe save myself now? Oh. Never mind, I could have just pressed X. No, I refer to the Imatsu.
紛らわしいんだよ。
Quit confusing us.
わかりました。続けてください。
I see. Continue.
私が目障りであれば、あるいは疑わしいならば構いません。
If you consider me...
私に票を投じてください。
If you consider me an eyesore or suspicious, please vote for me.
皆様の思いを引き取るのもまた雲の役目。
Taking in your feelings is one of the spider's roles. That approach worked for Chiemi, but Rikako-san? Not so much.
それで人だと思うか。
Damn. So, who do you think is a human?
私には立っている皆様の誰も
Oh, that's interesting. By her.
思いません。
I do not believe that a single one standing is a wolf. What?
リカコさん、個人的にはありがたいが、あなたを誹謗中傷した織部香織もかね。
Rikako-san, I appreciate that, but even Kaori-san? She slandered you thoroughly.
誰をも疑いたくなるのは当然でしょう。
I understand, wanting to be suspicious.
事実、芹沢様が狼だという可能性もなくはないのです。
It is not truly...
可能性はあります。
Could you imagine if I read her lines as slow as she read them? This series would be twice as long. And it is not truly impossible that Serizawa-sama was a wolf.
しかしどうも皆様はこの5人が皆いなくなれば宴が終わると思っておいでのようで。
But from what I see, the 5 of you seem to believe that the feast shall end if we hanged everyone standing.
それだとカラスを自己申告した義経やヘビを自己申告した不妻子さんを疑うってことになります。
That would mean that either Yoshisugu or Fusaishi-san are a fake crow and snake.
はい。ヘビに潔白を証明されたあなたもですね、織部安永様。
You would be suspicious too, since you would have been proven innocent by a false snake. Seriously? She was saying that there were wolves among the confirmed... choked up. Among the confirmed humans, which turned the current assumption on its head. Of course, both Yasunaga-kun and Hashimoto-san were suspicious of that too, but I certainly didn't expect her, of all people, to bring it up now.
不妻子様。
Fusaishi-sama.
私はあなた様のことをお慕い申し上げております。
I have feelings for you. That caused a stir. Yeah, I knew that. For some reason, she believed I was some heavenly savior sent to rescue the town from its true problems. She'd even risk her life on that conviction.
しかし
However,
もしあなたが狼ならば
if you are actually a wolf,
新内様の言う通りあなたをもくくらねばならない。
I will do as Shinai-sama says and hang you. I'd like to see you try, Rikako. I'd like to see you try. Odds are not looking good for you. But if it opposed her sense of right, even I would become an enemy to her. I might have taken her too lightly.
それは彼を一番疑っているという意味でよろしいんですね。
Are you saying that you doubt him more than anyone else?
いいえ、私はただそうだったら一番嫌な考えたくもない可能性を言っただけです。
No. It is simply my personal worst case scenario.
他に申し上げることはありません。
I have nothing more to say.
わかりました。次、間宮さんです。
I understand. Next, Mamiya-san?
本当はとっとと蛇のお墨付きをもらって楽になりたいんですけどね。私は後ろ暗いところがないので。
I would love if the snake finally confirmed that I'm clean. I have nothing to hide after all.
ただ多分私よりも怪しい人が何人か出たと思うので、その人たちを優先的に処刑や調査することになる。
But since there are people who act more suspiciously than me, the investigations and hangings will surely be directed at them first.
だから私は自分を調べろと強弁はしません。
That's why I won't insist that you investigate me.
この状況で冷静に優先順位をつけていることが私の自己弁護。
My justification this time is simply encouragement to prioritize those more suspicious than me.
あともう一つ、私が狼なら橋本さんを真っ先に殺してる。
Another thing, if I was a wolf, I would have killed Hashimoto-san before anyone else. The hell? Her statement hit everyone with the force of a hammer.
おお、これは怖いな。
No, that is scary.
あなたたちが気づいてるかわからないけど、橋本さんは宴の内外で冷静で適正な進行に尽力してらっしゃるわ。
I don't know if you realize this, but Hashimoto-san has been helping guide the feast, even outside of these discussions, keeping everything stable all the while.
この人がいなければ、もっと無茶苦茶な宴にできたはず。それをしないし、恐れてる私は狼じゃない。
Without him, the feast would have been far more disastrous, since I'm neither afraid nor has he been killed. I'm no wolf.
それは買いかぶりすぎだ。
I respect it.
心配してくれてありがとう。
Ah. You overestimate me, but thank you for your concern.
一つはっきりさせておきます。僕は橋本さんのヘルプを非常に頼りにしています。
I'll make one thing clear. Hashimoto-san is an extremely huge help.
間宮さんのおっしゃる通り、僕らが単なる烏合の衆にならずに済んでいるのは彼のおかげによるところが大きいです。
Like Mamiya-san says, he's one of the main reasons why we're not just an unruly mob.
ただ狼が彼を軽視してるならわざわざ目を向けさせる必要もないと思って黙っていました。
I just figured that if the wolves were underestimating him, it wasn't a good idea to draw attention to their mistake, so I kept quiet.
間宮さん、あなたの指摘には賛同しますが、それは黙っていた方が良かったかもしれません。
Mamiya-san, I agree with your words, but maybe you should have kept quiet.
あら、あなたを含めほとんどの人は彼のことを軽視してると思ったから、それは損だと伝えたかったのだけど。
Oh? I only said that because I thought all of you were underestimating him.
僕は軽視していません。
I'm not.
昨日彼の仲裁も聞かずに処刑を断行したのに。
Even though you didn't give him a chance to speak and insisted on the lynching yesterday?
僕らに
Got him.
譲れない一線があったというだけの話です。それについてはこれ以上の意見はいりません。
We have our own lines that must never be crossed. That's it. That's all I need to say about that.
あらそう。最後に人だと思う人。ノーコメント。
I see. As for the people I think are human, no comment.
人だと思う人を一人選べば残り3人は狼って話なんでしょうけど、植松さんの言うようにそうは思えない。
If I decide that one of them is human, then the other three would be wolves. But like Uematsu-san said, that doesn't seem right.
人だと思う人は挙げやすいけど、結果的にやっていることは水かけ論の魔女裁判。趣味がいいとは思わないわね。
It's easy to present someone who might be human, but this would be basically a pointless witch hunt. I don't like it personally.
ええ、僕もそう思いますね。
Yes, neither do I. Yet you suggested it, Yasunaga. This was your idea.
自覚があるなら
This was your idea. At least you're mindful of that.
ありがとうございました。最後は
Thank you very much. Lastly, hang everyone, I'm hungry. And that was it, huh? Wonderful. So, who's shady?
人だと思う一人を挙げなかった二人は僕としては怪しくないと思う。
I believe that the two who didn't present a candidate as human aren't suspicious.
なんでそれは
What?
安永、あなた。
Yasunaga. That seemed like a bad move to me, Yasunaga-kun. I could understand relating to the level-headed ones, but the other three were just following the process provided. I could also understand trying to appear objective enough to suspect even your mother, but I couldn't blame anyone for thinking he was just acting biased.
私は別に一人選んだ残りが必ず狼だというつもりで一人を選んだのではない。
I did not choose because I believed the rest were wolves.
まあおっちゃんはりっちゃん一筋を貫いてるしね。あんま怪しくはないかな。
I gotta admit, never liked Hashimoto in this third route. He's too smart, he's clever, and one small mistake will get us hanged. I kind of liked him. I don't mind. I don't mind Hashimoto. The thing is, again, I don't know how many routes there are in this game, but like in the previous two routes, we didn't get Hashimoto at all in the previous two main loops, right? So like it would be kind of a bummer to then have him in the third loop and him not be like super impactful. And so I kind of like, and so then you're like, okay, well, how do we make him impactful? And it's like, sure, you make him kind of like OP feeling. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but also, like, again, it would be uninteresting if he was in this third loop of however many loops we have, and then, like, it's just like, oh, he's just a nobody. Like, if he was just a number, then you're like, okay, well, great. So I don't mind it. I actually am like, it's kind of interesting having someone that's like, such an antagonistic, can't even speak, antagonistic force who you have to like constantly be mindful of. Plus, it makes it interesting for the choice that we had to make earlier in this loop, where it's like, oh, do you go after Hashimoto? Do you go after him because he is such this strong force, and then obviously you can't go after him, or else the loop ends, right? So you have to keep like an enemy around and know that he's such like a threat. It's like an interesting dynamic, I think, at least. Obviously, everyone's subject to their own opinions and all, but like, it's like, oh, you willingly, you can't get rid of such a powerful force, and you have to, you know that you're like, you got to keep him around because you got to kill other people first, or obviously the loop ends if you try to go after him, but I kind of like it. Plus, I kind of like Hashimoto as a character. I find him kind of interesting, at least. So, there's at least that. Mochi says, well, you're all in on Rechen, so it's not like anyone will suspect you. You? No, that's enough. The fact that Mochi said that right after Akaka-san's declaration just showed how bad he was at reading the mood. It was awkward for everyone, human or wolf.
他に何かありますか? なければもう投票に入りたいと思うんですが。
Anyone else have anything to say? If not, I'd like to start the vote. You sure are in a hurry.
これ以上役に立つ証拠や証言が出てくるとは思えません。
I simply do not believe there's anything left worth discussing. Does this line not have a...
すべきことは早くした方がいい。
I don't know why that didn't get said. We should just do what needs to be done.
君は随分人命についての認識を軽くしたんだね。
You seem to be treating this pretty lightly.
違います。僕は自分が関わる殺人については自分が全て責任を負うつもりでいるだけです。
No, I'm simply ready to take responsibility for any deaths I cause. So that was his brand of righteousness this time, huh?
皆さん。
Everyone?
よそのことにあまり口を出したくはないけどね。高校生にそんなものを背負わせるのは普通酷ですよ。
I do not want to bring outside values into this, but making a high school student bear such a burden is normally considered cruel.
じゃあどうするんですか? 確定者の中で最年長であるあなたや不妻子さんに押し付けろって言うんですか?
What else can we do? Leave it to you? The eldest confirmed human, or Fusaishi-san?
なるほど。では、Fusaishi-kun.
I see. Then Fusaishi-kun?
何でしょうか?
Yes?
君が進行役を引き取ってはどうだい?
Would you like to take charge of the feast? I feel like this has got, with everything we know about Hashimoto, this has got to be like a trap being laid. He's got to be weary. Haruaki, be careful.
昨日の出来事でこの場の進行は安永君に一任されたものだと思っていましたが
I thought that the role was entrusted to Yasunaga-kun yesterday.
その責任感は持っているつもりです。ただ、宴を乗っ取るつもりはありません。
And I have accepted it.
肝臓さんとは違う。
Oh. However, I don't intend to take complete control over the feast. I'm not Kanzo-san.
そうだね。兄ちゃんは違う。
Yeah, Nii-chan's different.
同等の責任感を持っていただけるなら、ええ、不妻子さんでも橋本さんでも年長者にお願いするのは構いません。
If you can be sufficiently responsible about it, then yes. I don't mind giving this role to Fusaishi-san or Hashimoto-san.
お二人とも 僕よりずっと分別も頭もありそうだ。
They seem a lot wiser than I am.
卑下する必要はないよ。君はよくやっているけど、そんな若い美空で大人と喧嘩をするのは大変だろう。
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing a good job. It's just hard for you to fight adults, right?
そして実際、僕は初日に自分の生存が第一義だと言ってしまっているからね。責任感と言っても説得力がない。
Then I'm actually prioritizing my own survival above all else. No one would believe me if I claimed to take responsibility here.
命のやり取りを経て、休みずに移住を決め、蛇として直接的に人命を左右する立場にある彼ならば、その説得力がある。
Now him, a man who struggled in life, found a place here and bears the burden of the snake, a role that measures lives, would be far more convincing.
どうかな、皆さん。
What do you say, everyone?
カンちゃんはヤス君にやれと言うたようなもんだわ。
Kan-chan gave the job to Yasu-kun.
山脇様。しかし、房石様は公平に裁定なさると思います。
Yamawaki-sama, but I believe Fusaishi-sama would judge us fairly.
りっちゃん、ハッサンが狼だって疑ってるんじゃないのか。
Don't you suspect that he might be a wolf?
鴨志田様、そこまでは申していません。最悪、その場合でも覚悟をすべきだと言ったまでです。
Kamoshida-sama, I never said that. I merely said that I was prepared for it.
私はスカン。
I don't like it! Tai-san, that wasn't a good move. She was helping you out here.
クソババアはどうでもいいが、兄貴が進めるべきだ。
I feel like Tai-san's days are fucking numbered. I was gonna say this prior to this. I thought right when the vote was about to happen, I was gonna say who I thought was gonna get voted. I feel like Tai is not, it's not looking good for her, in my opinion. I think votes are gonna go against her. I don't care what the old hag thinks, but Aniki should be leading this shit.
私は息子はまだ若輩者ですから、房石さんはしっかりされています。
My son is still young, while Fusaishi-san seems to be well adjusted.
私も賛成だ。主導する立場の方が皆によく見られることだろう。
Agreed. He'd be a lot better at taking charge.
私も房石さんはおじいちゃんをくくるのに賛成はしなかったから。
I also think it should be him. Fusaishi-san was against hanging Ochi-chan.
僕はよくわかんないんでパス。
I don't get it, so screw it. I love Mochi.
意図はわからないですが、橋本さんの提案なので信用します。
I don't understand where he's going with this, but I trust Hashimoto-san's judgment.
房雪さんはバカ。
Fusayuki-san's a dummy. Why?
明確な反対は2つ、いや3つかな。房石君、君は信任を得たよ。
Only 2. No, 3 are against it. Seems like you have a lot of support here, Fusaishi-kun. I think we were talking about it the other day, but this definitely seems like a trap L would be leaving for like Kira. You know what I mean? In like a Death Note type analogy. Like this is Hashimoto is L being like, hey, I'm laying a trap so that I can figure out, so that we can definitively call him a wolf here. Our main guy has to be weary of that, right? He's too smart. Even I will admit that he's got to be too smart to know that this isn't some kind of trap being laid against him. This wasn't the time to worry about Tai-san. We're counting on you. Nonsense! Kinosuke was probably right. The leader of the feast had no special rights. Their vote held no weight over anyone else's, and like Yasunaga-kun said, it was a heavy burden to carry. Everyone's eyes were on the one at the top, and if there was some cause for concern, they would readily tear them apart for it. Basically, this was just a very well-intentioned trap.
わかりました。
Alright. Thus, I would take the bait. I was evil after all. I would take control of the feast and play the hero, yet sow chaos like the villain I was. I couldn't fail with my partner in evil watching me after all.
と言っても、今日はもう票を取るだけだと思っています。橋本さんが宴の中止とかを求めてるなら申し訳ないんですが。
Well, yeah, but no spoilers or anything for a very, very old manga and anime, but yeah, I mean that's the whole theme of Death Note is like, even when you think you're on top and everything, and you've got a control of everything, at some point everything will become unraveled, and but yeah, see, that's the thing. I think now that this trap has been laid, this makes me think this is how somehow this loop ends. It's gonna be like us, like Haraki. Even this line is interesting, where he's like, I would take control of the feast and play the hero, yet sow chaos like the villain I was, and I couldn't fail with my partner in evil watching me after all. Like I feel like I think he's gonna, it might not be this round. Like I said, I think Tai ends up being eliminated here, but to me this seems like once he has to take control of like a full feast types round, like Hashimoto's got this. He's got something planned. Though, all we can do right now is vote. If you want to call off the feast though, well, I now realize that's pointless.
わかりました。いつもリカ子さんにやらせてばかりだとあれなんで、初期は僕がやります。
Very well. I don't want to make Rikako-san do it every time, so I'd be the one writing down this time.
筆はお使いになるのですか?
Do you know how to use a writing brush?
小学校以来ですけど、ミミズ字でも
No, I'll just use my
読めればいい
fingers.
でしょう。
Keep it in my head. I haven't touched one since elementary school, but I'm sure I can make it somewhat readable.
少しは手も動かしたいんでね。
My hands are restless, you see. I was tempted to act like a chief secretary, but passed when I realized they probably wouldn't get it.
その前に今夜は誰を調べる?
Before that, who will you investigate tonight?
今立ってる6人のうちの誰かです。
One of the six standing.
特定しない理由は?
Any reason you're not saying which one?
先回りして対処されないためです。
To make sure the wolves don't get to them before I do.
狼は人確定の人間を増やしたくないでしょうからね。
The wolves don't want there to be more confirmed humans after all.
なるほど。
I see. I would twist logic into knots if that's what it took for an advantage.
では書いていきますので、悪いですがゆっくり進めてください。
I can't end now. I gotta see how this vote shakes out. I gotta see if I'm right. I'll start writing, so let's just begin.
橋本さんは記録に小細工がないようにちょくちょく見ておいてくださいね。
Hashimoto-san, keep an eye out in case there's something wrong with the records.
なるほど。わかった。
Alright.
では上座から。
From the eldest.
織部義継に入れるわよ。
One for Yoshisugu Oribe.
あのな、一応言っとくが、俺は絶対投票で負けねえから。つうか、クソババアの新章、今最悪だぜ。
Hey, just so you know, I can't lose this vote. Hell, you got any idea how shitty you look right now?
ならくくればええわ。
Hang me then.
てめえのために言ってやったのに、ほんとろくでもねえな、ババアはよ。
I'm saying that for your sake, damn it. What a rotten old hag.
ろくでもないのは若いもんじゃ。
I think she's resigned to the fact I think she knows that she's probably likely to go here too. You youngins are the rotten ones.
2人とも黙ってください。
Shut up, you two. Damn, shut up, you two. I'll kill you. Huh? That's a weird thing to say there.
穏やかじゃないね。
He's taking his role too seriously? How rough.
ギャグですよ。
I'm kidding.
そんな不謹慎な。
Weird. Such poor taste.
ギャグってのは黙らせられればいいんだ。本来はね。
The joke was meant to shut people up, you know.
投票に一言添えるのはいいですし、一言反応を添えるのも結構。でも、それ以上の争いはいらない。
Feel free to give a few words along with your vote and comment on them if you want, but don't waste time bickering.
場外乱闘には相応の対応をします。秩序と責任を持って発言してください。
I'll deal with disorder appropriately. Choose your words carefully.
あと、喧嘩がしたけりゃ外でやることをお勧めします。喧嘩のノリで人を殺すと後々後悔しますよ。
If you want to fight, take it outside. And if you kill anyone in the process, you'll regret it.
僕らがやってるのは殺し合いです。もう一度それを肝に銘じて以降ご発言ください。
We're talking about killing someone here. Keep that in mind the next time you speak.
なんだか眼蓄があるね。
Sounds like there's a deeper meaning to what you said.
橋本さんほどじゃありませんよ。この進行に文句があれば早めにどうぞ。
And you're more than meets the eye. If anyone else has objections to how things are going, please speak now.
殺すなどとは言わないでください。
Please do not say that you will kill someone.
わかりました。では次。
Noted.
香織さん。
Very well. Now, Kaori-san?
山脇大さんに。息子は義継は間違いなく本物だと思いますので。
Tai Yamawaki-san, because I sincerely believe that Yoshisugu is the real crow.
次、野里さんです。
Nosato-san?
山脇のご婦人に残念ながら安水のご老人方には宴に臨む協調性が足りないと申し上げざるを得ない。
Lady Yamawaki, unfortunately, it appears that the elders at Yasumisu lose the ability to cooperate whenever a feast comes. That's an ageist thing to say. He hates old people. Pass it around.
私は夫妻子君の提案する秩序には賛同するが、そうである以上は
I agree with Fusaishi-kun that there must be order and...
そのくらいでお願いします。
leave it at that, please.
失礼。次、織部安永君だ。
I'm sorry. Yasunaga Riba-kun, you're next.
山脇大さん。
Tai Yamawaki-san.
あんた。
Damn, it's almost is it gonna be a sweep? You people.
目隠しをしたって狼を引く可能性は5割を超えてる。大丈夫。
You have more than half the chance to pick a wolf even when you pick at random. This is fine.
山脇さんが3人目と次モッチーね。
Third vote for Yamawaki-san. Mochi, you're next.
香りママかな。なんからしくない感じがする。
Mommy Kaori, I guess. She's not acting like herself right now. He's too good.
ババアが狼なわけね。
There's no way our hag's a wolf.
いろいろ考えるだけ損かしら。
I suppose trying to think things through was a mistake.
投票の過根は宴の外に持ち越さないようにしてくださいね。次、吉嗣くん。
Please don't take your grudges from the votes outside of the feast. Next, Yoshisugu-kun.
山脇大のクソババアに決まってる。
Obviously Tai Yamawaki, the old hag.
4票目で現在トップ。次、はるちゃん。
4 votes. She's in the lead. Next, Haru-chan.
香織さんに。
Uh-oh. A 1 for Kaori-san. Now this is clever of Haru. Honestly, I respect this so much. She knows Kaori is the other another wolf, right? Like, so by her, it's even like how earlier in the conversation of the feast, Haru was trying to sow like doubt because it distances one wolf from another one. So if she suspects another one, and it just so happens that the vote does fall on Kaori, then she looks even better for this. And again, it doesn't link them. It puts distance between the two links of Haru and Kaori. Even if Kaori doesn't get more votes, people are gonna hold on to this and be like, oh, she was voting for, you know, that. Like, it separates them slightly in the heads of everyone. And also, if something were to befall Kaori, it does separate her from, like, it gives reason for people to think that Haru was not working alongside Kaori if she was willing to put a vote on her. I think it's smart. So 1 for Kaori-san. What a power move from Haru-chan. Exactly what I was saying. If she was a wolf, she would have already poisoned the food and killed everyone, even if it meant being killed by the corruption. He really knew her well. That's just a maybe, isn't it? Why are you talking like it's confirmed? You're the one who killed Oji-chan just because he got mad. You could have objected to it when he was still alive. Even he might have changed his mind if his granddaughter asked him to. Not everyone can say whatever they want whenever they want. No, not everyone can say whatever they want whenever they want. Stop it, you two. I was worried that this would continue after the feast. If you ask me, Haru-chan has a point. Not everyone can say or do the perfect thing when it counts. But the feast demands that we do our best. Our decisions and actions are directly related to the results from the voting. Unfortunately, what Kanzo-san did yesterday was unacceptable to most people. It's best to consider that the cause of what happened to him. It's awful, but there are heavy responsibilities involving your behavior here. Keep that in mind. Also, please avoid accusing others of biases. Think for yourselves instead. He's really taking his role as a leader. He's become a chatty Cathy after becoming a leader here. If I was made leader, I would still be very quiet. Be like, which probably in turn would make it so that people don't want to make me a leader in this situation. Hashimoto would be like, oh, you're too quiet. We made a mistake making you leader. Rikako-san, you're next. One for Meiko. Now this I didn't expect. Interesting. Meiko is most likely the Badger. She's the only one here who is obviously working against us. So 2 things of interest there is, one, she as she kind of has talked about, even if you're close to me, I have no problem voting for you. So we're showing that with her, the Meiko vote. But also 2, she knows that even if you vote for Meiko, that's not a wolf. So you're not closer to winning the game, the theoretical game. But she's like, it's almost a confirmed disruptive force to us that we might as well get a confirmed kill on someone who's at least being against us. than trying to take a random stab at a potential wolf, which is interesting. Even though that gets them no closer to winning. She's like, it's guaranteed we'll at least get a badger, maybe. Yeah. Not sure if that's the smartest move, but I can see the logic behind it. With no one else being an obvious threat, I believe I should prepare to get rid of her, just in case. Who am I to question Rikako? I hate you! You're next, Meiko-chan. Fusayuki-san! If this wasn't a serious subject, I'd have fallen to my knees in exasperation. She didn't change even in this situation. Probably didn't matter to her at all. She'd have seen me as an enemy regardless. Though, maybe fighting the badger wasn't so bad. It reinforced the idea that I wasn't a wolf. I'm next. I had to use the voting order to my advantage here. 1 for Meiko. Why was she shocked?
現状はギャグとして流せますが、今後複数の票が入るようになると、僕も命が危ない。
We can laugh it off now, but if she voted for me when I had multiple votes, my life would be in danger.
次、どうぞ。
Next. There was another reason for my choice. We had 2 voters left. Tai-san was a current top with 4, then Kaori-san and Meiko were tied for second with 2. If Mamiya-san and Hashimoto-san joined forces, they could bring either of them to 4 and take it to a final vote. By forcing them to make this choice, I would crush their ability to remain neutral. Also, I was pretty sure at this point that Tai-san would die. As I was the current leader of the feast, I'd be given the role of pushing her off at the hanging pine. If I voted for her, she would hold a grudge, making the whole process a bit harder. Interesting. Show me the votes so far.
どうぞ。
Here.
橋本さん、山脇さんと織部さん、メイコちゃんの中で怪しいと思う人いますか?
It is interesting though. So he wanted to play, he was playing almost, he's trying to play a bunch of sides here. But by not voting for Tai, he didn't 100% guarantee Kaori's safety. Which, as one of the wolves, you would assume he would want to do. But he's trying to play both sides here. Because in theory, he does want to protect Kaori. But he thinks being, or coming across as neutral as possible, while also putting the pressure on Hashimoto and Mamiya, he's trying to cover a lot of bases, is basically what I'm trying to say. Because he could have very easily voted for Tai and then had her at 5, and it doesn't matter what these last 2 vote for. But he would rather not openly try to protect Kaori, and also wants to put the pressure on these last 2, which is very interesting. He's trying to do a lot, and it might come back to bite him if Kaori gets 2 more votes on her, and then, but I guess we'll see. Did I read this already? Hashimoto-san, which of these 2 do you think is the most, or which of these do you think is the most suspicious? Yamawaki-san, Oribe-san, or Meiko-chan?
君は自分の意見で投票しなくていいのかい?
Shouldn't you vote by yourself?
票は入らなかったけど、私も容疑は晴れてませんから。猿のカゴ者である橋本さんに票を委ねさせてもらえないですか?
I didn't get any votes this time, but I'm still not confirmed to be human, so I want to give it to you, a monkey.
それで信用が得られたらいいが。じゃ、言おうか。
Well, I hope that makes you more trustworthy. I'll say it then.
僕はFusaishi君に投票する。
I'll vote for Fusaishi-kun. Everyone was shocked.
理由を伺ってもいいですか?
Can I have a reason?
理由はね、まだない。
I don't have one yet.
は?
Huh?
僕は君に対して1割とか2割の疑いを持っているけど、それは難癖レベルの疑いでしかないから。
I'm a bit suspicious of you, but my foundation for that is very weak at this point.
本格的に疑いを向けるには材料が足りない。 それが集まってから言わせてもらおうかな。
I don't have enough reason to truly suspect you. I'll mention it once that changes.
わかりました。
Okay. Was that a bluff or...
ね、これに票を合わせても微妙でしょ。
No point in voting like I did, huh?
いいんですか？結果が決まりましたよ。
Are you sure? We have a result now.
それは他の人たちの投票の結果だよ。
It's the result of other people's votes.
わかりました。前言撤回は不信を招くでしょうし、一貫して票は委ねます。
Alright, well, it looked bad if I went back on my statement, so like I said, I'll vote the same way as you.
あ、僕は言動と投票に責任を持つべきっていう久石君の仕切りには全面的に賛成ですよ。いいリーダーだ。
Oh, also I fully agree with letting Fusashi-kun be in charge. He even said we should be responsible for what we say and do. An excellent leader.
それはどうも。僕に2票ですね。
Thanks. 2 votes for me.
はい。
Yes.
結果、最多得票数4
I
票
was so
の
right.
山脇大さんが
It's
作
tied.
られることになります。
The results are in. Tai Yamawaki has the most votes at 4, meaning she will be hanged. へー。
安水はもうダメだわね。
Yasumisu is truly damned now. No, it was your attitude that damned you. Damn. Bars. Hard. Hard. Though, I would end Yasumisu anyway.
あんたは蛇の仕事ちゃんと最後まで果たすのよ。
Do your job as the snake. As I held the rope, she told me that.
もちろんです。
Certainly. I'd worked as a fake snake, though. I gave her the usual rise not spiel and pushed her. Gave her the old push. The moment she fell, she let out a sharp sound like tearing cloth. Ugh. No! Of course she would. No one wanted to die. Yasumisu people, old people, no one at all. Perhaps she wasn't as prepared for this as she was last time. Ugh. Never get used to that noise. The tense rope seemed to shake from her struggling longer than last time. And then, Tai Yamawaki died.
僕、今日ご飯いらない。
I don't need food today. That was what he said after the feast ended.
なんでだよ。
Why?
香りママ疑っちゃったし、気まずいからね。
I suspected Mommy Kaori, so be kinda awkward. It really didn't seem that way. He said that with Kaori-san nearby and with a full smile at that.
気にしなくていいのよ。
I
全部を疑うのは大事なことだから。
don't mind. It's important to suspect everyone.
ありがとう。でも決めたからいいや。明日はもらうよ。ごめんね、香りママ。それじゃ。
Thanks, but I've already decided. I'll send tomorrow, though. Sorry, Mommy Kaori. Bye.
待て、どこに行く？
Wait, where are you going?
もう寮に帰っとく。
To the dorm.
霧の中は危険です。
It is dangerous in the mist.
それなんだけど、本当になんかがいるなら、夕方帰るときに、もうなんか起きてないとおかしくないかな。
About that. If there really was something there, I think something might have already happened when we went back to our rooms in the evening.
まあ、それはそうだけどさ。日中は全員で過ごせとか、そんな掟そもそもないんだし。
That's true. And it's not like there's a law that says we should all spend the day together.
僕もそれはあまり心配してないかな。
I'm not worried either.
なんと、ならば私も帰らせてもらうぜ。付き合いきれるか？
What? Then I should go back too. I'm not wasting time here. Antisocial ass.
不吉なセリフだな。
I'd probably do the same thing. I'm like, I'm not hanging around all you guys. I hate it here. I hate it here. Get me out of here. What an ominous line.
ただ、やっぱり集団行動はすべきだね。なぜなら近持くん、君が霧に潜んで何かしないか、 他の人が心配になる。
Though I do think we should be in a group. After all, other people might start to worry that you'll use the mist to do something.
おお、なるほど。僕がみんなを襲う可能性もあるのか。
Oh, so it's possible that I'll attack someone?
理解してくれて助かる。
I'm glad you understand.
じゃ、バイバイ。
Okay then, bye bye. He pranced into the mist.
おお、やられた。
Oh dear, he has me beat.
すいません。周りの迷惑とか考えないんです、モッチーは。
I'm sorry. Mochi is the kind of person who doesn't care if he bothers someone.
野里様は大人の分別をお持ちいただけるものと。
Nosato-sama, you should be more adult about this.
ああ、いや、もちろんですよ。
Oh, yes, of course.
私も今日はいらない。さよなら。
I'm not hungry either. Bye. Oh, crap.
はるちゃん。
Haru-chan.
待ちなさい、さっきの話を。
Wait, were you even listening? People protested, but no one jumped out to stop her, so she ended up running away. Oh man. This wasn't her just distancing herself from Kaori-san. This was the breaking up of the high school trio. Mochi was no longer comfortable around Yasunaga-kun or Haru-chan. I didn't know which. Either way, they were through. And Haru-chan was still awkward about what she told Yasunaga-kun in the feast, or at least acted like it.
気にしてんじゃねえよ。後ろぐらいところがなきゃ、後で向こうが謝ってくるっての。
Don't mind it. Unless they're hiding something, they're gonna apologize later.
そうね。義継、ちょっと手伝ってくれるかしら。
Yes. Yoshisugu, can you help me?
は？めんどくせえ。いや、いい、やる。
Huh? What a bother. Screw it, I'll do it.
久石さん、ちょっとあの二人を見に行ってもらえない？
Fusaishi-san, can you go check on them?
それなら僕が。
I can do that too.
安永、今はやめておきなさい。
It's not a good time, Yasunaga.
いいですよ。
Sure, I'll do it. I accepted it, then waited a moment for any objections, only to get none. Last time, Takumi-san had said that the snakes shouldn't go outside. Did they just not think about that at all, or had I already lost everyone's trust?
あの子たちに気にするなって言ってあげて。
Tell them not to worry about this too much.
わかりました。リカ子さん、ちょっとだけ外出しますね。休みずの大人としての働きをしてきます。
Alright, Rikako-san, going out for a second to try to be a responsible adult.
ずるいです。
This is not fair.
すみません。
Ha, ha, ha. Sorry.
違います。
No. I didn't really know what she meant by not fair, but now I was even more confused.
子供はずるいです。好きにしても心配してもらえて。
I had to give her a second to make sure she was done. Children are not fair. They're worried about even if they do whatever they like. What a simple emotion.
なんか今の言葉で、リカ子さんも心配になってきました。
Hearing that made me kind of worried about you.
本当ですか？実は先ほどから動悸が激しくて。
Really? Well, my heart is throbbing quite wildly right now.
大丈夫ですか、リカ子さん。さすって差し上げましょう。
Are you okay? Should I give you a massage? Get out of here, Nosato. Get out of here, man. No one wants your massage. Get out of here. Get the fuck.
いえ、今収まりました。
No, it went away just now.
どんな神経してるのよ、この状況で。
How can you behave like that in this situation?
じゃあ、行ってきます。
I'm going. Get me out of this. The order of things had begun to crumble. Alright, and with that autosave, we'll call it a night. We'll see what happens here out in the mist, chasing after what? Haru and Mochi. Very interesting. Nice little reading section. Streams this week are gonna be very few. I do leave for the trip on Wednesday, so obviously I won't be streaming Wednesday, on for a few days, for several days. I don't even know if I will be on Tuesday. I'm gonna try. I would like to do Monday night and Tuesday nights and do one more Screamer stream and then one more Raging Loop stream before I leave. But I may or may not be busy packing Tuesday night. So if I don't make it Tuesday night, that's probably why. But there should at least be one more stream tomorrow night. I just don't know if it's going to be Screamer or Raging Loop, but it'll be one of those two. And then I'll be gone for several days, or the rest of the week at that point. I'll be back Sunday next week, but I probably won't be wanting to stream on Sunday either, if I'm just making it in. But I guess never rule it out, the possibility, in which case then I'll be back next week, Monday. I think that's all I have to say. I've got a short week of work, but there will be streams on the nights, Monday, Tuesday, maybe just Monday. I don't think anything else will end there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. As always, appreciate it. Hope you have a nice rest of your Sunday and a great week ahead. Until tomorrow night. See ya.